Hey everyone, happy Friday. I am Amy Novakovich, certified financial planner and CEO of Nova Wealth Management. Welcome to Finance Friday. This is where we transform your relationship with your money. And as a part of that transformation, you must get your mind, body, and soul right. Am I right?
You're right.
So I was super curious about this because those of you that know me know I'm super passionate about fitness too and just eating healthy. So I brought in the expert, one of my friends, Laura Del Santo. She is the founder of Diva Fitness. She was just telling me she's doing a cookbook and cooking class.
I don't like the word cookbook. I like the word guide.
It's cooking guide. Oh, you're like me and like the word budget. I'm like, oh, it's not a budget. It's a routine.
You need a guide because then you think of recipes and then nobody wants to use recipes and then it becomes this overwhelming sense of
So
guide.
Cooking guide.
Simply Delicious cooking guide.
And she invented this awesome thing right here, which we're going to do a giveaway today. For those of you that share this out, you will get entered into a drawing to get this Fit Diva deck, which is awesome. We can demonstrate some maybe
We're going to be
if we have
You're
time.
going to be demoing.
And I'm also going to put this on our podcast, which you guys know is on iTunes, the Nova Wealth Show. And it'll also be on the Wittich Network, the video version of this. So without further ado, please help me introduce Laura Del Santo. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. And
I'm super pumped about this.
I am too. This is like our first time officially meeting. And
Right?
we like connected the first time we got on the phone together. It was like, oh my God, she's as spazzy and crazy as I am with
It's a good word.
time. And no, it is.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, so I was really looking forward to officially meeting you today.
I know.
And we're going to talk about fitness and finance and
Because they so go together. Like one of the things
go
that we
together.
talked about a lot is the stress of finances, whether it's your thing and
we've
you
all
just
been there.
totally and you just love to be on it and look at it all the time. That's stressful. Or it's not your thing and it stresses you out when things just come up out of nowhere. We can talk about that further. But I think that they are so intertwined because you have to get your mind right. I say like my first time around in college was in psychology. And I say like, especially in the crash of 2008 or even when the market is down like it is now, a lot of my job is psychology because people are so stressed out.
Sure.
What else can I do besides talking them through it? I mean, they have to have something in their life that helps them combat the stress because as we put in the description, 5 out of 6 of the leading causes of death are stress related.
Stress kills. I mean, it's a fact. And I, who did not go to school for psychology, I think any other fitness gurus can relate. I feel like I am a psychologist with my clients
For sure.
all day long because
absolutely.
yes, the fitness is super important. Yes, the discussion of our foods, but everything comes from our mindset. And if that is
absolutely
not
right.
set, and again, like I said, we've all been there, and it's mind over matter. It's not just a saying; it's a fact.
Well, I mean, like it's not easy to just go through and be reactionary. You know, like when you have news come up or when you have things come up in life, you react.
Of course.
And that is a root cause to anything. Like, oh, I gained 5 pounds or, oh, I, lost money in my retirement account this week or whatever.
Right.
When you're reacting versus being proactive. Like we were talking about this, when you are physically fit or when you eat healthy or you feed yourself with the right food,
You get the right body.
feed your body with the right food.
Yeah.
That you actually prepare yourself mentally, like you prepare yourself with the right energy and with the right mindset to conquer anything that comes up.
Completely. And the other thing we were discussing, it's, and
Hey guys.
and every
Thanks for
day.
joining.
Oh,
You have all these people joining you. See?
I didn't see that. I don't do live too often, which you are inspiring me to do more of because
That's routine.
I know. I tend to have this great vision and then I put it off. But anyway, with this is where my ADD comes in. We need to stay focused. So when it comes to
Just not good putting us together.
no, it doesn't. So speaking of mental health and stress and how it is the leading cause of most of the diseases out there, and we can prevent it ourselves, and it's
And that should be motivating alone.
totally
Like that should be, but it's not always. So when somebody wants a goal, like everybody out there watching has this goal, right? Like I have this fitness goal and you're trying to get them to make important in their lives.
Right. Well, it's not my job to make you do it. It's my job to inspire you and find the right track that you need.
See, and that's the same thing that I do with money. See how that is so the same exact thing? You have to inspire people to get on the right track for what they want. But why is that so hard? Like, how do you get people on track? Like, tell somebody, walk us through maybe a situation that you've had with a client, or maybe something you've done recently for a client that was stuck in a rut.
Sure.
Right? And wants to get to a certain place. What do you do? How do you get them on that right track?
So one thing, and this is just by experience and being in the health and fitness industry for, I can't believe this, almost 18 years.
Yay.
By trial and error, it's you kind of have to, well, that's what Bella Diva Fitness does. It's a program, and like other personal trainers, the word personal trainer. So it's a program that's developed for
you and only you
personally. Right? And that's my job, is to find out what works best for you and for your lifestyle. And most importantly, you like it. I have
and what
so
about
many
if you're
people,
crazy busy?
Well, and we need to
you probably hear that all the time.
I do. And
I'm crazy busy.
I'm sorry, but that is absolute. I say it all the time. And I'm like, really, Laura, you have 10 minutes to do, you can scope out 10 minutes to do something. Just like you can scope out 10 minutes to do something, because the bottom line is, how bad do you want it? Because if you don't do it, then what happens?
Then you won't get it.
Then the stress happens, and then X, Y, and Z trickle after it. So my primary goal, I work now mostly with women, teens from the ages of 16.
But you do work with men.
I do.
Of course, one of them is on,
Yes.
Mr. Ed Kaplan.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you for
yes.
introducing us, by
Yes,
the way.
thank
Shout out
you.
to Ed Kaplan.
Yes, shout out to Ed. But by trial and error, it's not having this, like the number one question I'll get as soon as I start working. So Bella Diva Fitness, it's of course the personal training, the fitness, whether it's
the diet
time, and then I create the workouts for in-home.
Okay.
But yes, actually I hate the word diet.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm being honest. Because
what do you call it?
I find what foods and meal ideas, again, work best for you. And again, the average woman, girl, the average person out there, we are on a time constraint. So the easier I can make something, the more you're going to follow it,
right? Because
your head is already wrapped around 1,000 things every single day.
Right.
So through the fitness,
it has to be more automatic, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Automatic.
Okay.
Automatic, routine, simple.
Yeah.
So through fitness, through, of course, meal planning, of course, my passion is doing, I call it recipe makeover. Again, the word recipe sounds so extensive. Creating foods you love that fit into your lifestyle. So whether it's you want to maintain, whether you want to lose, maybe you have a family, so you have two options on how to make yourself happy.
Okay.
And then also the solution for either the significant other or the kids. And then honestly, as I tell anybody that starts up with me from the very beginning, the fitness is the easiest part. It's
the working out is the easiest part.
Yeah, it is.
The diet is the hardest part. Sorry,
it's okay.
The food?
No, it's just setting your mind right. That
getting
you have
your mind
to go
right.
into this and
That's
have
probably the
patience
same thing with
and
finance,
knowing
that's
that it's going to take time. But and the other thing that I hear a lot of, and it's becoming, I don't hear it as much, but when I still hear someone say, I hate working out. Wait, how do you hate it? How do you not enjoy moving your body? Maybe you don't want to go to the gym and get on the boring elliptical. I don't blame you. Maybe you hate running. Maybe you hate
lifting weights.
Yeah.
I hate
so
lifting weights.
Then, do you?
I do. I do. That's not my thing.
We definitely need to work with each other. Anyway, whatever it is you hate, then don't do it. Like, do something you like and find something you like. So I even say, maybe you're not going to like training with me, and that's okay. I want to find something that you're going to stick with, and
But you have to want it no matter what.
You have to want it.
Yeah.
And it has to be in your everyday fit forever lifestyle.
So it's not just a temporary change, like you're teaching them how to make lifestyle changes.
That's why I don't like diets, because then they feel like they are restricted in them. So like after 90 days, then I can go off my diet. Well, then you're back to square one again. So I want to be able to create daily habits. And that's why it's going to take a little bit longer, because one day it's going to be like, oh, ding, you know what? If I want to have a glass of wine a couple of nights a week, that's not what's making me overweight.
So do you let people tell you that? Like if you say, like if I say to you, I have to have my wine at night. I have to have my, I don't know, I'm making it up.
Well, first I ask why.
Okay.
and then you say, Laura, because I would be a mad woman if I didn't. That's usually
I'm not
and usually
saying
that's the answer.
that was for me.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
I'm not saying that was my example. But if I had to have wine every night,
Yes.
let's just say,
Okay.
theoretically, and if I had to have, okay, so this isn't me, but if I had to have like coffee every morning or
Okay.
something, there's a lot of people out there that have to have like a coffee every
Sure.
morning, you know, and that isn't me, but there's a lot of people that need that. So you let them tell you, well, this is what I need to do.
This is what I would like to do.
This is what I would like to do. Yes, the difference between wants and needs is very different.
I'm learning.
One
to-
glass.
I'm going through
Thanks,
yoga,
Ryan.
yoga teacher training right now, and it is like the most.
So to teach yoga?
No,
Is
actually,
that what you mean by yoga
I don't-
teacher training?
it's actually life teacher training, as Debbie calls it.
Life teacher training.
Yeah, I did it to
So you're
help
going through
sharpen
training.
and make my mind a little bit stronger.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually pretty darn amazing so far.
That's pretty deep.
So no, I have no desire to teach yoga right now. I have too many like other wonderful things going on in business.
Right.
But it was more to help create being stuck in a one side thinking and be able to open my mind up a little bit deeper.
Right.
So
For those of you that just joined us, by the way, we are talking a lot about how the stress of, no matter what it is, obviously I'm in finance, so the stress of finances and how do you deal with that, and how finances and health, fitness and finances go together hand in hand. You have to have your mind right, especially, well, I know when I'm doing a financial plan, right? I have to get them in that place where it's important.
Sure.
And I actually just did a little bit of a video on my Instagram. It was like 1 minute. And I said, look, even if money doesn't interest you, let's pretend it's just not your thing. Finances, I don't want to talk to you about finances. It doesn't interest me. It's not my thing. Well, then let's talk about your interests.
Sure.
Let's talk about your interests because they probably cost money. So let's talk
I like
about your
that.
interests
I like that.
and let's focus on your interests and how to get you to be able to do more of your interests. So the same can be applied to fitness.
Right.
What do you want? I want a certain body. I want to drop 30 pounds. I want to eat better. I
Just
want
want
more
more
energy.
energy. Yeah. I think we all do. Right?
Gee.
So that
Yeah.
is my goal behind it, and it whatever it is, because if it isn't something that you like and it isn't something that you
Yeah,
do
like
on a
I don't like
daily-
to work out. Okay, well then let's talk about what you do want
Right.
and what you do like.
Right. And then going back to, you said, so yes, I will have my clients say, Laura, this is my daily food. This is what I like to have. And then my goal is to say, well, you know what? We can do this if we rearrange this. And I try to customize. Well, sure. Then if you want that glass of wine most nights, then we're going to eliminate this. And let's go from step one. And if
So
you
have
haven't,
to kind of
and if you haven't made the change after
sacrifice.
the first 4 weeks, then maybe we do need to eliminate a
Adjust.
little bit. Right. Exactly.
So it's ongoing.
It
ever
is.
changing.
You'll eventually dial down.
Okay, so it shouldn't be, so you're trying to make it so that it's not such a big change, because that might be different from my approach, because my approach is like, let's do this as quick and fast as possible so you can get to your financial freedom. And a lot of people don't like that. Like, for instance, I'm going to throw out a name. Well, maybe I shouldn't throw out this name, but there is a financial figure in the business that probably everybody knows the name that says, like, for instance, one of the examples is pay off the smallest credit card first so you get some momentum. And I'm like, yes,
I was told that before.
right? But that's not what's financially best for you, though. Yeah, there's volume. It's delayed. Just lower your volume.
I was trying to share what we're doing.
Technologically challenged over here. But so instead of paying off the smallest credit card balance first and feel like you're like getting momentum, how about you actually do what saves you the most money? Like what puts the most, isn't that motivating?
Sure.
Instead of saying like, oh yeah, I have one less account, I would rather have more money in your pocket and get you to where you want to be faster. Now, if that's your mental mindset, if you feel like you're weak when it comes to financial planning or you're weak when it comes to fitness, okay, maybe we do need to adjust and cater to that that weakness. Like I need a little momentum. I need that mindset change. Okay, we can do that and customize it. But I am a little bit different where I'm just like, look, do you want it? How bad do you want it? Let's just do this. Let's do it right.
And I am too.
Okay.
But then you also
I'm a
have to
little more
learn. No,
bullheaded.
That's how I've always been. Those of you, if anybody's out here, they know
Amy
how.
is asking for a friend. He says, will you be my friend?
I will be your friend. No, I'm still that same way, but I've learned to say, all right, not everybody is like, this is it, no excuses, because you have to throttle back a little bit sometimes.
No, but don't you say, like you just said to me, like if I want to work out more because
Yes.
I'm a busy person
Yes.
and I use that excuse
Yes.
and I'm bad about it. and I say, I can't find the time to work out. And you say, well, just why haven't you done it yet? You know, I want to work out. I really want to work out. Laura. I want to work out. And you say, well, why haven't you done it?
Yes. And then ultimately it's just that it's one question. It's like, well, right.
At some point it's accountability. Like you have to be accountable for what you want.
That's totally right.
Right?
Totally.
Okay, for those of you just joining, we're talking about how fitness and finance totally go together, how getting your health right, gets your mind right, helps you get your finances right, because, you know, to get your money right is a super stressful thing to do. Like who really truly loves to talk about money and finance and planning besides
not me,
the nerdy ones, you know? Not really. So let's talk about your interests. Let's talk about, like you said, I want to drop 10 pounds. Well, I don't want to work out. I don't want to go to the gym. Well, let's focus on what you want, right? And how do we get there, right? So we're just talking about how these two things go together. So I want you to talk more about you and your business. Like, okay, so you're a busy person. So when do you fit in your workouts? Because you have all these other things going on and you put your clients first, which is what I do too.
Sure.
So when do you fit in your fitness and what do you do for your personal routine?
So I am very fortunate where in the past, I would not leave any me time, and which led to disasters because you need you time. And every year I would say, all right, no matter what, I'm not giving up this hour and I am going to, and then it would disappear. So scoped in the middle of my day, I've learned to say no, which has been hard for me to do over the years. So knowing
it's a lot of things in business that is so hard. You have to say no.
Oh, it's very hard.
Oh,
but you have to keep yourself healthy, right? I know I have to.
I guess.
So no, every day.
Secretly, we're partially doing this live for me, like a lecture for me.
Good, I like, yes. No, every day I will, it's just like an appointment. Just like I tell my clients, if I have it scheduled in my day. So Monday nights, and I would then, let's back up. I would have it in my schedule, and then I would say, oh, I'll put in so-and-so. You don't need to go to yoga tonight. So now
something else is a priority
to myself is it literally is in my book.
Okay.
If I don't make that hour each day, then it doesn't happen anymore. There is no then. So
you have to make it just like it's an
so
appointment.
Monday night I go to yoga. During the weekday I keep an extended lunch break for an hour and a half so I can work out and have lunch in the middle of the day. I mean I have to now because I in the past would not. And
so you'll sacrifice your personal routine for
because
other
if
things.
not, I made myself very sick trying to do everything and all in one day, and then we won't even get into the topic of lack of sleep because that's in the part of this whole wellness and fitness regimen.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started lately.
But
my 2-year-old waking me up.
You have to make it a priority. And if you don't,
and plain and simple, if you don't,
about it.
then it's not a priority and stop complaining about it. Yeah. But I mean, like so many times I know, and I'm on the younger side of things, but I just hurt. Like I think that's one of the things that motivated me the most to research like food in the beginning when a lot of people might not know, but I taught fitness classes for a long time. I taught spinning and group groove and actually kickboxing. Right? So fun. But I also worked full time, and that was before kids, and you know, like all this stuff comes up, and I started researching food because I still was hurting. Like even though I would be working out,
hurting me like physically, like joints.
Joints, like waking up and just feeling like you're hurting, just aching. You know, like feeling like in the morning you have to move a lot just to be functioning normal. Got it. Do you know what I mean? So I started researching food. And it turns out that a lot of what you fuel yourself with causes inflammation and all
inflammation.
Right?
Yeah. And, you know, again, it's a topic that's becoming more aware, just like I believe a lot of topics are brought up into the news and we're reading about them, but then I see there's a trend of people really trying to make an effort and a change.
For sure.
But we read it and then we go back to what the daily to-do is, and then we complain and we're stressed what this main topic is all about stress, and it is so easy to fix, and it's just creating that new habit of how can and I keep saying 10 minutes, okay, let's say 20 minutes a day to maybe work out.
It sounds so easy.
Pick
but it's
one day a
minutes.
week where you have an hour to prepare some of your food, because preparation, again, it's not just that cliche Facebook, Instagram quote we say is preparation is the key to success. Well, it's a fact, because if you don't prepare, There's one in one of these.
So you're saying like prepare for the week ahead? You're saying like
Or at
plan
least for,
out
like, a
your
few
meals?
days. They had and have
Plan
like,
out your
foods,
meals for the next few days.
and even actually plan out foods for in the fridge. So when
Okay.
you have to grab and go,
When you have to just quickly grab and go.
instead of not eating all day, which I hear still. Oh my God, I would fall on my face.
So planning. So there's another reason, another place where finance and fitness relate, because planning. Like, so you're saying plan foods, plan workouts, because if you don't plan, chances are you're going to set yourself up to fail.
Sure.
And so if you're saying, if there's someone out there that's stuck in a rut, they're super stressed about whatever it is, in our case, a lot of times it's money, but they're just super stressed in general. What's one of the first things that you would say? Would you say they should focus first on fitness or first on their food? Where would you say just one thing that they can make a minor adjustment right away? And if they can't just do both right away,
Okay.
Fitness or food? I'm putting you on the spot.
I know, I like it because I'm not a one-word person kind of answer person.
Right? Okay.
And
so
I
if there's an
can't,
explanation.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say fitness first, because how many times do you start, and again, let's say 20 minutes, you went out for your first 20-minute power walk, you come back sweaty, and it's a factor, happy hormones are released, you are really feeling better. Are you going to grab the chocolate chip cookie that's sitting there, or
No,
are you
not.
going to be like, oh wow, maybe I should make myself a healthy omelet? Because I hear it all the time, when you are in your groove of feeling
That's so
good, you're
true.
going to want to feed your body good foods.
Yeah, that's so true, because
You
when I would
don't
go
work
teach a
out,
class
you're gonna
and
eat
work
crap
my
foods.
butt off,
Those two.
you don't want to
it's
come
a
back
fact,
and eat like crap.
No, you don't. You crave of one hand. How many times
Yeah.
you fall off the wagon of your fitness routine, then
That's
you're like,
so
I'm
good.
gonna have potato chips just tonight, and then in the morning
That's
you
so
have. It's a cause and effect.
Preach.
Oh, I
So-
get going.
Again, for those of you just joining us, I'm with Laura Del Santo of Bella Divas Fitness, and we are talking about how fitness and finances go together. And I just flat out asked her the question, if there is one thing, if you are stuck in a rut and there is one thing that you are just trying to make a change in your fitness and your overall health, fitness or food? I said first, should you focus on your food or should you focus on your fitness? And she said fitness. And that makes perfect sense, because you're right.
Normally
You wouldn't choose one or the other?
No, but think about it. You're not going to sit there and get excited and wanting to prepare healthy foods, or even we're a busy world, so you want to make the choice on the menu. If you're not sweating and you're not having those happy hormones released, you're going to stay. You're not going to.
So what's the deal
choices?
when I just have activity? So like I run around after children.
Okay.
I know I sit a lot like work, but like when I get home, I do not sit down. Like, does that count?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just curious. I was just asking.
You need that. Okay.
Or like I'll go out and like do yard work.
Are you squatting
Reaching.
and lunging around the yard doing lunge?
Oh.
No. Okay. So here's the other thing with fitness. It is so. It's a moving, intense meditation. Because it is, you need to go about 15 to 20
I need to
minutes.
write that down. What did you say? A moving, intense meditation?
Yeah, that's how I'm related.
Okay.
Because it's your time to focus on you and how you're feeling and what you're doing. Because that's another thing that I'll preach.
I do tell
preach to
Jim
my
it's like my
clients.
stress relief. It really is. It's
It is.
part of like my
And if
stress
you
relief.
aren't thinking about what
That's
you're
so
working, your body will also say the same. It's a very mind-body, like
It's all connected.
It is. So you have to think about what you're wearing. And then honestly, you're clearing your mind of everything else. Because if you're out there doing your yard work, you're still thinking about, oh my God, what happened at work today? And if you get into your zone, I keep using 20 minutes because that's all it takes. Doing something
20
you
minutes
love.
a day or 20 minutes like 3 times
That's
a
at least
week?
4 to 5 days a week.
Okay. To make a difference, to feel better.
Both.
Oh. Okay.
But 20 minutes is nothing.
Oh man, you say it like it's nothing.
But if you get into a routine, it'll be nothing.
Okay, so what if you are in the group that doesn't sleep well at night? And so you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think about is, oh, I just didn't sleep well last night. And you find every excuse in the world because I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well for the last week,
So
Laura.
are you sleeping? Oh, really?
So what do you say to people like that? Put those excuses in their head.
Is it where you're supposed to get up at 5:30 a.m. to do your workout, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, and then so that half hour
you stay in bed because you feel like an extra half hour of sleep is super valuable at that moment.
I've done that before too, but
Okay.
actually several times.
So how do you get over that hump?
You just again,
It's a priority.
It starts in your mind.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to sleep in knowing you have to get to your first client at work.
Right? No,
Right?
that's true.
Really.
Oh, that's a great point. Hello. Did you guys just hear that? Man, because that's so true. Do you know the night that I don't know if I even told you, but I passed out because I didn't have enough water and I had to get 10 stitches in my chin.
You're another
And I
non-drinking water person?
Well, I drink. I just forgot this day. It was a busy day. And so I went to the ER. So it was like, I want to say it was like 1 a.m, I think, when this happened. So when the ambulance picked me up, I clearly had a concussion because I'm like, like obviously. So I get to the ER, they put 2 bags of IV in me, and at 9 o'clock that morning, I was in my meeting here at the office.
Sounds so much like me. It's really,
But I will not schedule 20 minutes to work out.
no, isn't it? It's.
But you're so right. Like if it's a priority, I will make damn sure I do it and that I'm there.
And then once you do,
Well, it's
you're
so
not gonna
true.
know-
She's calling me out, man.
You're not
She's
gonna
calling us out, guys.
Hey, there's so many things that I don't do and I should be doing.
Let's talk about money. Want to talk about money?
Yes.
So-
I thought I was your guest.
You are. Can I just test it just a little bit?
Okay.
So, do you implement your strategies for fitness around putting the way you are passionate about food and the way you are so in preparation for your next coming days? Do you put yourself first in finances? Do you purposely put money away to plan for what we know is inevitable, that at some point in the future you will need those? Like I always say, your future self doesn't just show up with a bucket of cash.
No,
Like you have to make that effort, because not every dollar that we make today is for today. That's totally Mick coming up with that saying, but it's so true. So
No,
do you plan and prepare for that?
I want to say yes, but not to the extent that I should. And I was very fortunate of having a dad that it's either you want it, you pay for it. And that always stuck in my head. Doesn't mean that I mean, life happens and you can't always do that.
No, but he made you accountable.
Always was in the back of my mind.
Right.
So it's, you never know what's going to happen. I've been through some tough health scares in my life where I do work for myself. So I've gone a week, 2 weeks without, if I don't work, I don't make money.
Right. Well, and you've been through like a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through things in life. Everybody goes through phases in life and things come up, just like with fitness, right? I'm just relating it to like health, like just like when you're on a routine with, I keep wanting to say diet. So I stutter and I find myself looking for other words, but diet and exercise, and then you get injured. Or you have a stressful situation, you lose a job, you have a struggle in your business, whatever, you get set off track. Same thing with finances, like you set a plan, you get off track because you get lack of motivation or whatever.
And
something
I do
comes
have
up.
a plan, but that's where I always say I need, like, I'm someone else's coach, and I categorize and set what needs to be done. I know that it would be nice to have like a money coach.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because that is not something that I am very good
to
at.
Have somebody help you be held accountable for that.
Yes.
Right. Because it's so hard to do on your
You
own.
put money away, but
then what do you do with it?
Right.
And where do you put what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to bring the whole money thing up, considering
we're gonna work really well together.
I know, right? I think we're finding a lot of opportunities. For those of you just joining, I am here with Laura Del Santo. We are talking about how fitness, no, this is not fitness. This is fitness and finance go together, right?
Yes.
So we're talking about all kinds of things. I love this. I have to repeat this. I put Laura on the spot and I said, if you're going to do one thing, you've been stuck in a rut, or maybe you've just been searching for one thing.
And I had to pick one.
She had to pick one. I said, fitness, like working out, or food, diet.
Or which comes first?
Which comes first?
Right.
Which one thing would you work on first? And you said fitness.
I did.
Because it, and your explanation made perfect sense, which I love.
And I think that anybody who's listening, or maybe you don't agree, but you're working out hard and you're sweating hard, you're going to want to crave the good food and want to put that in your body, and no longer less of the crap food.
Because working out feels so cleansing too.
It does.
And then to go back and put bad stuff in your
and then
body.
How many times even I'll use vacation. First day, you start off,
vacation.
you're doing good, and then the second day, oh, there's no working out. Oh, I'm gonna eat what I want. And then we come back.
Vacation.
And it's like, instead of getting back, yes, but also being away, it is possible too.
Or holidays.
Choices.
Holidays coming up. What do you say about the holidays? What do you say?
I absolutely, okay, here's what I say. You must enjoy the holidays because they
Okay.
come around one time. I
Right.
can't believe I'm saying this out loud because I would be like,
And it's
no,
recorded.
you pick one thing.
This
I
is
know.
on
But no,
live,
okay, so
by
here's
way.
the thing. You have to enjoy your life.
Mhm.
But it doesn't mean you give up everything. So you pick and choose whatever the dinner parties, the family gatherings.
Okay.
You pick and choose your favorites. You don't have to have an entire day of like picking out because then the next day you're going to start to feel horrible about yourself, which
And tired.
like
When you eat like that, do you not feel tired?
but
I do, and I feel like
because your body's saying, "What the heck did you just feed me?"
right.
And then maybe you're gonna want to. Some people want to work out because they feel like, "What did they do?"
And I'm gonna grab a Fit Diva deck.
Yes, you are because you're gonna sleep in like you sleep in.
By the way, those of you
because
that
you didn't get any
share,
sleep
I know.
and you slept in. Now you need your Fit Diva deck because now you can do this at home.
This actually makes it really easy, I think.
Wait till you're done.
So Laura created this. This is the Fit Diva deck. So for anybody who shares today is going to be put into a drawing, and we will give away and send out to you the Fit Diva deck. I want to show some of these cards, by the way. This is so cool.
Thanks.
I really love this. And for people like me, like sometimes I'm on a long phone call, you know, and I like to start doing lunges or like doing like
now you
crunchies on
can
the
keep
ball.
this deck because this will be your deck. Let me explain.
Oh, yes, you do this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I
Mine
came up
might-
with this idea, and this is going to be the first. This is the original deck. So the original deck are moves that you can do this anywhere without equipment. So great for travel, great for again moms who don't have the time. I mean, it's not an excuse. These are facts. So I wanted to try to figure out how to eliminate some of the excuses.
Oh.
So not only yes, they're workout cards, but this was created from a regular deck of playing cards.
Okay.
So Jack, or the suits, diamonds, clubs, spades, hearts.
Oh, yeah.
So when I did this for a workout a couple years ago, each suit represented an exercise.
Okay.
So you'd shuffle the cards,
Yeah.
whatever, let's say hearts were push-ups. Diamonds were squats. You'd shuffle the cards, you'd flip the first card over. So maybe it was a 5 of hearts.
Okay.
Oh, what were hearts? You look up on the board, 5 push-ups. So whatever the
I
suit
see.
represented was the exercise.
Got it.
So you shuffle the deck, and every time they shuffle the deck, you never know what order you're going to get them
What's
in.
going to come up?
So I was like,
Okay.
why hasn't anybody created a deck of workout cards that you don't have to think about the workouts.
Burpees.
You don't have to think about the workout. It's never the same twice. And as I mentioned, you can do it anywhere. Maybe you're a beginner and you can't get through this entire deck because that's really intimidating to get through 52 cards. Plus, there's 2 Joker cards, and the Joker cards are the Diva cards, and they're like the cards you want to rip up and give me the middle finger to. But that's the purpose of it. So I was like, why hasn't anybody come up with this? So last summer I did, and I'm actually still very excited because there's a couple decks to come. So what happens?
Hey, Sharon. Everybody join.
Directions are in here, and it's meant for all levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, because you can modify all movements.
Right.
So directions on how to are in here. I've had a couple of people ask, why don't you put a picture of the movement? Well, we're visual. So if you don't know how to do a bicycle crunch or a burpee, all moves, I've done at all levels. They're on my, I think they're actually on my website and YouTube.
Okay.
So if you need to,
Like a demonstration.
you can even Google what is
Yeah,
a
obviously.
burpee. And
Yeah.
So you have your deck of cards, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Pretend you're a beginner, or you don't have enough time, and so
Right.
here we go. Here's this. We'll go 10
Never
minutes.
heard that before.
You set your timer, 10 minutes.
Yes.
3,
10 minutes.
2, 1,
Okay.
go. Where's my camera here? You flip over the top card. So
Okay.
my top card. Oh, let me back up. There's an A day and a B day workout. So today could be A day. It's four moves. Tomorrow is another 4 moves.
Okay.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. I flip my first card, and we're doing. What do you want to do? A day or B day?
A.
A. Okay. First move, 2 bridges. So we get in the floor. It's to work your butt. Oh, what's the other
Right.
thing is I tried to
Do this thing. Let me go up.
Yes, that's a bridge. You're about to do.
So
yoga.
I was gonna do gymnast bridge.
You're
That's
about
okay.
to do yoga.
Oh, yoga.
Next
That's
card, 8 bicycle crunches. So 8 bicycle crunches. Next card,
good. And
9.
you do this for 10 minutes.
9 squats. So how many cards can you get through?
And the number is how many you do.
So it's
I love it.
You could go through and be like 9 and go take a minute for each card. Or now you've created a strength and a high intensity cardio session for yourself.
I love this.
And
So I have to ask you a question. So being
Yes.
in business myself and
Yes.
also being a finance person, so I have to ask you about the logistics behind creating this, because so many business owners that I talk to have great ideas.
Okay.
And then they'll ask me, you know, how to evaluate the decision to proceed forward with something, an idea that they have. So you have this idea. Does it cost a lot of money to put together something like this? Did you have to just get a manufacturer? Did you have to get a printer? How did you walk me through as a business owner right now? So take the fitness Laura out of this for 1 second, your business Laura.
Okay.
How did you come up with, because so many people and a lot of people watching, I bet too, think like, well, yeah, I have an idea. How did she do that?
So
How does it come to fruition?
And I guess I am a business person because I own my own business. But
Yes, of course you are.
I think of the more movement, the techie side of things, where I had a vision, but without
You hired somebody to help you.
Carrie, my
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
Carrie,
Okay.
my
Good.
beautiful web diva.
Good.
I told her my idea, and she's like, "All right." I said,
This is how we do it.
and instead of
So essentially, people, you get in touch with me and I'll get you connected with the right person.
Yes. And so this is still, we're still in the first stages of this, because when I said, "Sorry, Carrie, this is what I want to do. Here are the moves. Let's, instead of using spades, we chose crowns." And we found fun, sassy, diva,
Yeah.
purple and black, the chicks on there. So she would create and would be back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes, no, yes, no. So we found she found the first printing company that had, this is actually the second deck. The first deck, we had saran wrap. It was a little bit bigger.
Oh.
And of course, this is still,
So this is like super like,
yes, this is the second go around.
oh, okay.
But you have to, any project takes
But
4 or
this
5
is super
years
easy to like
perfect.
take with you on the go, like
Mhm.
traveling.
Mhm.
See, I wonder, this is.
So to
anyway.
go back to cost effect, no, I'm going to be honest. Our first printer, it's nowhere near what I want. It makes sense because, of course, to have a product, you want to make money on it and make money on it, not spending more money. But in the beginning, you have to, and I was okay with it. So, and I'm also not ordering hundreds of thousands of these yet. My first round was only 250 decks. So, of course, the price point's going to be up. But again, I wanted to get this out here, just start getting the cards, you know, moving and grooving a little bit, to kind of explain the concept. And so, no, our goal, we actually found a local printer, and it's in the works where he is actually, I think, is able to get it down to half of what they are, still with only not having to do by thousands at a time, because I do have 3 more decks that I want to come out, and another product in which we're getting checked things over in, might be in China now. I'm gonna have my own Bella booty bands.
Oh my
I'm really
gosh.
excited. I know booty bands,
Bella
like
booty
the
bands.
thing, and but this one's gonna be patent. It's gonna be really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's gonna take, it is taking time, and it will continue to take time to get it down to where, yeah, I mean, of course I want to be able to sell these and then put it back into the business and grow and yeah.
But this is an easy way to get out to a lot of people. Like, instead of having to hire you and you as a person,
that's
this is
why I'm doing this.
Easy way to scale and get it out there.
Yes.
But that doesn't give you the accountability piece, really. So we were talking about how, you know, if you want to get somewhere with your money, you know, if you're stuck in a rut with your money, or if you're stuck in a rut with your health, and it's so much easier. Just as you said, you had an idea, but you actually hired somebody to help you actually help it come to fruition.
Yes.
Just like anything, guys, you got to have professionals a lot of times to help you get there, at the very least, just to check in with.
That's right. I call it just adult supervision. Is like one of my favorite words. Because we all need someone in our life where we just need that check-in, whether it's even once a month, to say, hey, are you on track?
How you doing?
Yeah, we all need it.
What can you change? So how often this is a good question. How long would you say, so you say you start off in the beginning, right? And you say it's kind of trial and error until you find something that works for that person. How long on average would you say that it takes to find like the really good track that works for someone? Is it a month? Is it 3 months? You know, what's on average, and what's like a really long time, and what's, you know, sometimes you hit it right off the bat, I'm sure.
I want to say,
but on average, how long?
Average minimal for things to really start clicking.
Yeah.
It can take, I mean, it doesn't, okay.
Because I just don't want people to get frustrated.
It doesn't mean you're not going to feel great and maybe have that instant 5-pound loss in the very beginning, maybe in like the first 3 weeks.
But then you hit that plateau.
When it really hits you and you realize, hey, I don't have to think twice about making this meal or thinking about twice to get to my workout, it takes probably 3 to 4 months for it to finally click.
Yeah.
because you have to create that pattern, that new lifestyle,
that routine. Yeah, because I always say instead of budget, some people don't like the word budget, so I just say, what's your financial routine? Like, let's just get you in a routine with your money. So that's kind of the same type of thing. So again, for those of you joining, we're going to probably be wrapping up soon, actually, but I'm here with Laura Del Santo, and we're talking about the relation between fitness and finance. I keep saying fitness and finance. It's
you are
reversed.
Fitness. Maybe
I don't think so.
no. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I'm really not finance.
I might be more food. We could add in another F there. I like,
okay.
research food. But anyway, so we totally ADD, like get off on tangents here.
Okay.
Just talking about different things, like we've covered a lot, but talking about if you're just starting out and you just really want to make a small tweak, what would you rather do? Would you rather have them start with either fitness or food? And you said fitness. We've talked a lot about just her Fit Diva deck, just trying to fit into the busy lifestyles. We've talked about the excuses that people add in, including my own, like the lack of sleep and just the tiredness.
And I guess just because we just said about the third time we've said this. So maybe there's some of you saying, well, what if you're physically injured? Because now I'm thinking, another level.
Like sometimes
and maybe
an injury sets you back.
I just want to use the word fitness as it could be stretching on your floor, just getting your blood flowing, just doing something. You don't have to be out there doing the hardcore class, or maybe it's just going to a gentle yoga, or, don't use a physical.
Again, find what works for you.
Right.
Like you were saying.
I know. I just didn't want someone to be like, well, what if I can't go out walking? Or there is something you can stretch, but I do believe that the movement of the body comes first because actually I know it does. That's what's going to create you want to crave the better choices in your food.
Yes.
And how to select them and how to make them.
And just like same thing that when it relates to financial planning, like once you start seeing the results, then it's a snowball effect. You just want more of that.
Sure.
And you want to do other things, and then you can go on
spending.
vacations, and then you can do more of your interests and what actually interests you, and not have to sit and talk about your money.
And what is the final result of this? Less stress.
Less stress.
That's what we focused on today is about
less reducing stress. And neither of us as professionals want you to go through the day feeling stressed about what do I eat? When can I work out? Oh my gosh, money. Oh my gosh, I'm behind.
Whatever the stress is.
Yeah, whatever the stress is. Either way, guys, hopefully we helped you at some point today. So share this out again. And those of you that share will actually get put into a drawing for the Fit Diva deck.
And also for, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I want to go along with this because it isn't just fitness. I just released on the fitdivadex.com a 6-week free fall slim down. I just kind of snazzy. But it has, I think, about 8 recipes. I give ways how to portion out all your meals. Just a reminder what your fat, your carbs, your proteins are, because it's, again, sounds simple, but it can get very confusing on what your proteins, your carbohydrates are. So anyway, there's a whole guideline of recipes, reminders on how to portion out your food, just some daily motivational reminders. So that will be
it's kind of an all-encompassing
kind of give you a little jump start or something new that maybe you're missing, and just something new.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here. This was awesome. Can you believe this was 43 minutes?
No.
It flew by. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have an awesome weekend, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.